Hi everybody. So in this video, I'm actually doing a complete review of a Ford Aspire Diesel 2015 model, and also will try to show you whether or not this car was a perfect deal for me back that time, and is it worth it. So I'm going to show you the NVH levels, I'm going to show you the performance, I'm going to show how the car climbs on the hills. I'm also going to take it for a small off-road. Trust me, I'm going to take the Ford Aspire Diesel on off-road. I'm also going to show how the car does 40 to 60, 60 to 80, how long does it take. I'm also going to show what is the sound level from inside the cabin, what is the disturbance that you get inside the cabin, how does the steering perform, how is the overall feel, and how easy it is to maneuver the car. So on this particular point, I would like to show that I'll be able to show you my facial expressions and how I maneuver the car from inside. But if you want to take a feel, you definitely will have to test drive this car. So overall, what I want to say is watch till the end of this particular video, because I have included all of this, and I'm trying to show you all these things that I've captured throughout this video. So please watch till the end. Like, share and subscribe to this channel like you have always been doing. And in the meanwhile, just check out the surrounding, the beautiful location we are in this weekend, to show you how this car performs on the hills. It's easy, man. It's easy. It's really fun. Pushing the car to its edge. And again, another S curve. Easily. Oh, something fell. But it's easy. It's fun to drive, and it's just awesome. That is how you feel when you drive this car. And if you can see the happiness on my face. Look at my leg. I'm not putting any effort. The car actually senses that it needs more power, and the turbo kind of opens and slowly going up.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am once again here as promised with my 1.5 litre Ford Aspire Diesel option. In my previous video, I had talked about how the car performs, what are the pros and what are the cons. Well, today I'm here to actually show you how the car performs. Well, as the lockdowns are lifted, I'm going to take the car through curvy roads, I'm going to take the car through hill climbs, we're going to descend a few hills. I'm going to show you how the car performs on slush. I'm also going to show you what is the ground clearance, or how is a real-time experience when you take the car through uneven roads. For the viewers who are watching this particular video for the first time, please click on the link on the description to go check out my video where I have talked about the pros and cons of this particular car. I have not shown any of the driving dynamics as it was a lockdown situation, and I talked a lot about how the car feels from the inside, from the outside, what are the goods and what are the bads about the car, including the build quality. So let's keep going. Yeah. So we are going to look for a small stretch. Again, I'm not going to do 80 to 100 because the roads are narrow over here. So let's try on the third gear. I'm getting it down to 40, and on the third gear, let's see how it performs in the third gear. Okay, there's a curve over here. Okay, 40. Again, pushing it on the third gear. 60. In lesser than 2 seconds for sure. It does 40 to 60 in lesser than 2 seconds in the third gear. So that is a really good thing. We'll again do from 60 to 80. Let's see on the third gear. We'll do it on the third gear from 60 to 80 to see how it performs. I think fourth gear is a little too much because the RPM need to drop below 1500. Let's see. We're putting it on 60. This is 60 and I'm stepping on it. Two seconds again, but this was on fourth gear. It took 2 seconds, but it was on fourth gear. It was not on third gear. Well, it just took 2 seconds. So most of petrol car owners or most of the other car owners, after 75,000 kilometers which they have driven, think of changing their car because they think it's already driven for 75,000 kilometers and car already starts underperforming. This car after 75,000 kilometers still feels like brand new. I do understand that's a diesel version, but taking into consideration that it is already run for 75,000 kilometers, I still feel that the car is really fine. It's performing and I can still use the car for another 5 years without any problem. So in order to show you how the car performs, now I am taking it to a hilly road where there is tarmac. It's not complete off-roading. It's not at all off-roading. It's where there is tarmac and there is concrete. So I'm gonna take the car to there, and just to show you how a diesel car performs with ease, how easy it is to drive in. Drive around in a diesel car in a hilly area, and how this particular car, Ford Aspire diesel, how good the steering is and how good the precision is. So I'll try to show you the terrain, what I'm driving through. It's a beautiful scenic place that I'm driving through, and it's around 10 minutes drive for me from here. So it's gonna take some time, 10 minutes for me to reach the place that I'm talking about, but the drive along to reach this particular place is simply awesome. Take a view. The roads are actually narrow, they're not all smooth. There are a lot of blind spots around the curve. See, I'm going to enter a curve now. I was not able to see what was coming from the other side, but the steering of the car is so good, the precision is so good that I can keep my car to the extreme left and simply enter the curve and exit the curve with the same speed. I don't have to be nervous, or I don't have to be less confident about what I'm doing. That's how good the car is. That's how good the response of the steering is. And I don't need to reduce the speed of the car at all. I can just keep going, handle the steering the way I am, honk and just enter any curve. Beautiful. And the car is I'm not going like way too fast because these roads are not good to travel around at 80s and 90s. You cannot. But I'm doing a decent 50 on these curvy roads without a problem. And it is uphill. And there's a huge curve that is gonna come, and I'm just gonna rotate my steering wheel. Push it back. And once I turn, once I turn the steering, it is very easy for me. I just need to leave the steering. It just turns back to the correct spot, and that is the best thing that I like. Other cars have it, but I think the way the steering does in this car is better than the other cars. Let's just take a small break to capture the beautiful scene around over here. Waterfalls, trees, mountains, fog, what else do you need? Wonderful. So again, in this when I'm starting from here, I want to show you how the tires rotate, how easy it is for me to pick the car from here, begin from here. Over here we have a little more complexity. I am not on tarmac, so when I park the car off the tarmac, and there's small stones, so my car is actually standing on small stones, and from here, from almost approximately 15-degree angles, I have to start the car, and I'm gonna do that very easily. I'm gonna show you what is the effort that I put in. I'm just gonna release the leg off my clutch, and when right now my car is on handbrake, so I'm gonna release my clutch a little bit, and when the car feels like moving forward, I'm just gonna step on the accelerator slowly, so the tire starts rotating. After that, everything is gonna be normal. So here is the sound. This is the sound that I'm waiting for. and the car is already started to move forward. I'm just gonna hit the accelerator slowly, gradually. That is all. It's not at all difficult. It's just easily the car can, you know, climb up 15 degrees off the tarmac, and it's easily that can go up. Watch the entire video because I'm going to take the car to a uphill, really the hill steeper than this. I'm going to show how the car performs over there. Okay. And also I'm stepping on the accelerator on the second and third gear, so people who are more worried about the NVH levels can get a clear picture of what is the insulation the car can give you, right? Gear down to second, move it to third, pop the clutch. I have reached the place. It's an uphill, and the roads are is like an S curve, and I'm gonna go not on very high speeds. I'm gonna do a 40-45 on my second and third gear, and I'm gonna show you how confident you feel and how fun it is to drive this car. Okay, let's go. Pushing it on second, I'm gonna leave it on second, and you see how fun it is, and the speed is somewhere around 40. This is the NVH level when you hit it on 40 on a RPM of 2500. It's easy, man. It's easy. It's really fun. Again, another S curve. Easily. Oh, something fell. But it's easy. It's fun to drive, and it's just awesome. That is how you feel when you drive this car, and if you can see the happiness on my face. Almost reached, and we have reached. So it's the end of tarmac, it's the end of concrete roads. We are completely on muddy roads. Here, when we're off the tarmac, it's inclination, it's a steep hill, and there's no tar. It's not off-road, but there's no tar, and there are, like, you know, potholes within the mud, so I have to dodge that. So I'll have to do a little bit of footwork, and also have to be good on the steering so that I don't scrape my underbody. I should not press more of accelerator that my tire starts spinning and it digs up a hole over there. So I have to be just perfect. And in this case, in a diesel car, because of the torque, the tire is not gonna spin. I'm just gonna release the clutch, step in the accelerator wherever it is required. I'm gonna slow down wherever it is required, so that I don't you know, hurt or spoil my shock absorbers or ball joints. The tires are gonna be intact and everything is gonna be fine. So I'm gonna show you that how easy it is to maneuver a car or to take a car when you climb a steep hill, even when there is no tarmac and when it's full of potholes. Okay, we'll take a look at my foot, what I do on the foot, and also there is another camera that is capturing how the car is moving. Okay, clutch, pumping the engine a little bit, releasing the clutch completely, and the car moves in. This is all that I'll be doing. And then now is the time to dodge all the potholes. So guys, like I showed you, I've showed you how it performs on hills, how it performs on tarmac, how it performs on off-roading. I think I made a very good decision five to 6 years back in the year 2015 to purchase this car, and I guess this video is a very good tutorial. It's a very good experience for you to decide which car to perform, or if Ford Aspire should be in your list or not. And I hope this video helps you, what I said helped you, and also I would not insist, I would still suggest you to go to a showroom, test drive yourself, take the car to different terrains and test drive yourself when to decide which car you have to buy. Also do let me know your comments, and stay tuned to Flat Stepney to watch different videos and the trips that we go on, the weekend get outs and the long drives that we do.